Hi guys, welcome to another Tuber's High Score Challenge. This one's on Pulstar on the Neo Geo. It's a horizontal shooter, much in the vein of that type, and it's pretty balls hard. Now this is level 1. Obviously, you can start on any of the first 4 stages. I think it's 8 stages in total, but you can only start on the first 4. I think you can do those in any order that you want. But for the purpose of this challenge, we are all starting on stage 1. Excuse me. It starts off quite straightforward, as most shooters do, where you've got to power up, and most of the stages do start pretty straightforward, so you can power up. Unfortunately, once you reach a checkpoint in a level, and if you die, you're pretty much knackered. It's not the fault of this game. A lot of shooters do it. You start at a checkpoint with no power-ups, no speed-ups, no weapons, no nothing, and you don't stand a chance and usually end up dying. And that's what happens at the end of this run, and near enough every run of this I've attempted to do. And looking at some of the other members of the challenge, that's the same fate's happened to them as well. You're just severely underpowered and ill-equipped. I don't know why it didn't give you 1 life to start off with anyway, but there we go. Now, it's obviously inspired by R-Type quite a bit, this, because you've got the probe on the front there, which I think is called the Force in R-Type. But what this game's got unique about it, it's got the 2 power bars at the bottom that you can see there. If you charge it up, it'll fill up blue to the right and unleash a large shot, and then it also fires your weapons one way. But if you tap your fire button, you can see the power bars filling up to the left in red. As I'm faster I tap, faster that will fill up, and if I get it to fill up to the top, it starts firing my like secondary weapons, like the green things at the moment that I've got, in a different way. So there's a little bit of strategy involved of how you actually choose to fire and use your weapons on your craft. So that's quite unique. This bit you just got to blow up a couple of arms. And the thing with the probe is as well, it's a little bit inconsistent, because whilst it acts similar to the R-Type one, where it's like a shield in front of you, it can block certain things and not others. Now you'd think that fair enough, it can't block a big massive laser blast or anything, but there's some quite sizable bullets or missiles or whatever you want to call them that you can actually block, and then there's some other small little insignificant ones you'd think you'd have no trouble with, and they actually get through the shield, get through the probe and actually kill you. So I think it would have been better served there to do something kind of like make bullets you can block blue or something, and bullets you can't block red. Make it a lot easier. Now this is the first boss. It starts off quite easy. You've got the tentacle head there, which you need to take down first of all, and then it opens an eye in the middle there, which you just got to pummel with as many bullets as possible. I have a nasty habit on this of forgetting about the green laser that appears at the top, especially the very first one that appears, because that locks onto the position where your craft is at the time the laser spawns and fire a shot at you. So if you're not excuse me, so if you're not moving, it will definitely get you. Now that boss is quite easy to do then. You get a bonus based on how many lives it's taken you to complete the level, with a maximum of 50,000 if you've cleared it without dying, and I think you get 30,000 if it cost you, cost you 1 life on the level. I've not completed it on the final life, so I don't know what the bonus points for that is. Maybe it's still 30, maybe it drops down to like 20 or 10, I'm not sure. But yeah, on to the second level now. Now this power-up's quite handy later on in the level. It's a shield. If you tap your fire button as fast as you can to fill the bar to the left, the shield gets bigger around you. It doesn't last for very long, but there's a section later on which it's very, very vital for, because there's absolutely tons of bullets and little crafts there. Now this level's mainly difficult in my opinion because of all the foreground graphics and other things that are going on in there. There's a lot to distract you from what's actually going on or blocking your field of vision. So while that foreground graphic there was very nice and all, it's blocking potentially bullets or enemy crafts, which is annoying, because I think the majority of deaths I have on this, I didn't actually see what actually got me. Similarly with this water effect here, it's nice to have like a 2-tier effect on the level here, but again, it just makes things a little bit more difficult to see, especially these waterfalls. And these waterfalls are actually not part of the foreground or background, they're actually on your plane, so they do actually affect your craft by pushing you down, which is quite clever really, because that's what realistically would happen if you got the pressure of water beating down on your craft. But it's something you've got to remember about, because that little one there, it can push you into the ground. Now this is where the level starts getting a little bit naughty now. It starts throwing loads of these big enemies at you, whilst loads of little things are firing bullets as well. So while you're focusing on taking the big things out and not actually damaging them, bullets are usually heading towards you, and you've got to really pay attention here. I didn't realise on my playthrough of this that I was that close to dying on that bit there, because if you just look a few seconds back, I actually just narrowly missed the pink laser which was fired from the ceiling. Now this is the bit where you start getting these like dragon things that appear. First time I played through it, I didn't think you could actually see where they were going to spawn, but you can actually see a little bit of disturbance on the ground or the ceiling where they actually are hidden. So you can actually predict where they're going to come. Now these big buggers are very important to shoot in the head with a fully charged shot to take them down instantly, because if you don't, you can destroy the body, parts of the body to stop bullets being fired at you, but then you still got to dodge the actual snake itself, and it does take up a huge portion of the actual screen. And this is the section where you get your next shield power up. There it is. And this is the bit where, see all these little bullets, these things that split into 8-way shots. It's just really important, especially when things come behind you like that the shield's active and it absorbs the enemy and stops you taking a hit there. But unfortunately it runs out around about here, I think it does. Yeah, there we go. When you get loads more of these little gits splitting up, and I thought this dragon was going to get me as well, because I couldn't actually get him, but luckily I got onto the boss. Now with this boss, I've only gone into him about 3 or 4 times, but on the last go I came up with a pretty good tactic to take down his first stage, and I had something to try on the second stage. In the first stage you stick the probe right on his head, and as soon as he starts taking damage, launch a couple of charged shots at point blank range, and then he dies pretty quick. Now this section got me every time, but what I noticed is this jump is the same every single go that you have. So you go in the bottom left here and it's a safe spot, and then you keep firing at him. Now I didn't know what was going to come here at this point. This was uncharted territory, so I didn't know if I could block those blue lasers, so I thought best try and dodge them. And then it fired these right line of like balls at me, and they looked like they was going to start homing in wherever you go, but luckily you died at this point. I was panicking that I had to dodge the rocks, but after I dodged that first one I realised there's no chance of dodging all of those, so I must have been safe. So again, this was the first time we died, and this was completely new. I'd not even selected this stage from the stage select screen, so I had no idea what to expect on this stage. This is the one and only time that I've actually got to it.
Fucking hell, I want to kill me.
First of all, I was clapping myself when these sun flares came out the ground. I mean, nice effect and all, but yet again, graphical effects getting in the way of the playfield. Didn't know if they was going to kill me or not, so that's why the first couple I tried to dodge. I mean, like that one there, look, there's enemies on the screen there and bullets on the screen while that's flaring up. It's good to show your machine's graphical capability, but I mean, it's no good for, you know, playing the game like this really. It just blocks the bullets and stuff.
It's fucking so
A lot of new enemies on this level as well. Especially those things that come from behind, and they kind of like swirl around and cross paths and then go off the side the other one came onto. This dragon head as well died quicker than I expected, and I wasn't expecting it to split up into some giant fireballs, so I was lucky there to dodge those. Again, very lucky that I survived that as well. I think my upper option probe there actually absorbed that hit for me, which was very, very lucky. Getting these stromes, I had no clue what I was doing, so I decided to back off, but it seems to be just like announcing what I presume is the boss. I think it's like a giant R-type kind of effect spaceship. So I managed to get the first part of it off there, and this is me just shooting it all over the place because I had no idea where its next weak spot was. It started off quite easy, this did. It's the second bit of the ship brought down. Again, refiring at it, just trying to find its next weak spot. I think I actually get fully powered up at this point as well, and I get my second option underneath my ship. Yeah, now the next section with these 4 or 5 little things on top of the craft there. Luckily you can dip underneath the blue lasers there. to shoot them, and I don't know why I decided to go above it there, which is a bit stupid mistake there, but it worked out alright. So that was them taken down.
Oh, my finger is about to drop off.
And then a number of occasions I thought I was dead on this bit here. And these next ones were a bit bizarre, really. They didn't actually do anything. They fired these funny balls out, but they didn't get anywhere near me, and I thought I was dead here at this section here, because these green things, which we've seen before coming out of those funny capsule things, seem to never end, and I thought I was going to crash into them, but they did finally stop, luckily. But yeah, I thought this is going a little bit too well, this. I would say that this level is a lot easier than level 2. Obviously I didn't know what was coming, but it did feel an awful lot easier. It was less frantic and there was a lot less going on the screen at once. So here's another section where I thought I was dead again. I had some of the green things coming at the top there, which I had an idea would stop yet again. But this thing nearly crushed me there, and I thought I'm going to die here, so I just slightly downwards, I think, just to try and dash through that gap. And just as I'm about to do it, it actually lowered itself, so I was able to get out there. Otherwise I would have had a mad dash through there, and I don't think I would have made it. Now then I had this problem of the enemies now behind me now, and I thought, how the hell am I supposed to get this? But luckily my homing rockets took it out, and the options do actually fire backwards, so presumably if you haven't got the options, you're going to be in a bit of a predicament there if you just have your homing missiles. Luckily, just as I'm about to run out of space, the legs do fall off there, which opens up a section underneath the boss. Well, I'm presuming it's the boss. I don't know why it just throws these normal enemies at you. It's just a bit strange, really. It's just biding its time.
Oh, I don't think I should have gone underneath here. Oh fuck.
So again, flew underneath there, didn't know what to expect there, but knew I had to blow that section off before these blue lasers took me down. Again, back at the front of the ship. Quite funny on this ship because, I mean, despite all the bits I've blown off of it, it didn't seem to be getting any smaller. But yeah, this is me firing all over the shop, didn't know what was coming next. And I saw the arm appear there, but I didn't expect it to swing up like that, and unfortunately that took me down. And that's pretty much the end of my run here, because, as I mentioned previously, you stand no chance at all. And I mean, just look how far it throws you back as well.
Right back here.
It throws you back right to the start of the ship fight. And I just had no chance of dodging this here. That fired and there was nowhere to go.
No speed.
I may as well have been flying a space snail at this point, because I just couldn't move or dodge anything. I did a little bit better on this second go, but again managed to dodge those. But again, a slight little bullet there that it fired backwards, and that took me out. So yeah. It's not a fault with this game, it's a fault with all shooters of this type. Like Prehistoric Isle had it right, when you died you still actually kept your weapon, you just got downgraded by one, but this you lose them all. So yeah, there's my score, 269,210. I even had difficulty bloody putting my name in here because the T looks like a C. I wasn't actually paying attention, I was just looking for a T, just going through, and there you go, that's the T. That's the T. That it looks like a C in my opinion, but there you go. So that's my entry to this week's challenge, and best of luck to everybody else. I look forward to watching your uploads. Thanks for watching.
There we go, guys. 269210. Yes.